have an interesting discourse today. Just imagine that you were on campus as a student, you found a good fellowship, 3-4 years, serving, growing, loving the Lord, being on fire, and you graduated, you got home, and then your parents said, okay, good fellowship you found, but now that you're back with us, you join the mother church. You must attend our church and go with us to church. What would you do? How would you approach a situation where your parents don't approve of the church you attend, the church you have found? And that's why I'm here today to share with you some wisdom that I've learned over the years from pastoring people that have been in that situation. Since our church, Eras Nation, is mostly youth predominant, we've had these cases over and over, and God has helped us handle many of these situations. And I'm here to just shed some light on this situation with you and let you know what you can do to get out of that situation. So come along with me. Truthfully, our parents also found church early, but many times when we grow, parents don't want to let go of us, so we kind of struggle to break free and make them understand what we are doing. Truthfully, we all went to our parents' churches, or most of us went to our parents' churches from the start, but there comes a time in your life where you become mature to make your own decisions, where your parents' preferences are no longer your preferences. There comes that stage in your life, and many times our parents don't really want to, understand that. When you go to an institution, you meet more people, you get more exposed, your beliefs change, and you're coming back home, you find out that, okay, I really don't want to attend this church again. Or maybe by the time you got exposed to the revelation of God's word, you find out that, what was being taught in my church or my parents' church was not really the right doctrine. So now you want to stick to good doctrine. You want to serve the Lord where your heart is, and your parents are hindering that. Our parents were also like us, but many times they forget that they were like us. This teaching is not to make you go against your parents, it's just to give you wisdom on how you should navigate these phases. Something that happens with young people, I wrote about this in a book, Salome, Handling Parental Pressures in Your Christian Walk. There's something that is called the disagreement phase, especially for a young adult. The moment you're about 19, 20, 21, thereabouts, especially when you cross into university, your choices begin to change, your preferences start changing, your choices begin to contradict your parents' choices most times. And this phase, you can call it the disagreement phase. I call it the disagreement phase, where your choices stop aligning with your parents' choices, not because they are bad choices. Most times you begin to see things from a different perspective compared to how your parents will see things. And this phase, I call disagreement phase, has to be handled with so much care and so much wisdom to ensure that you navigate. Usually, disagreement phase, you will get over it. It's just a phase where you are making your own choice. It can be your career, it can be your marital choice, it can be the choice of the church, it can be one or two key choices in your life that, because of how you expose, your parents can't understand you. So usually you are at loggerheads most times, you don't agree on things. If you feel like that, I can tell you that's perfectly normal. I was also like that. And many of the people like pastor also have to pass through that phase. Some of them have to in that phase. So one of the things that you go through in the disagreement phase is the choice of your local church. And if your parents don't approve, I'm here to help you out. Alright, so why would you say that your parents may not approve of the church? Why would a parent not approve of their child's church? Well, first I would like to say that maybe the church is not prominent. There's always a belief that the church has a name, most likely it's a reputable church. So maybe the church doesn't have a name, and the parents ask, the first time you mentioned the name, blah blah blah, say, what name is that one now? Herald's, where? Who owns it? All of that, who's the GO? All of that. So they're trying to make them believe that this church is actually authentic. every church usually has to rise through their level of prominence. They have to go from obscurity to a level where people begin to know them all over the world, and that usually takes years. So every church usually fights their way to prominence. So if your church is at that stage where nobody even knows your church, your parents might actually want to disapprove of your choice. Another reason parents will not approve is if it's a one-man church, like they call it. I've had a member before where the parents told them, don't attend that church because it's a one-man church. And what do we mean by a one-man church? Well, maybe a church that doesn't have the board of directors, doesn't have the council, disciplinary committees, and all those things. And then, parents are used to all those churches that have associations, strong associations, that have a stronger culture of accountability and things that can put the pastor in check just to ensure that he's doing what is right and there's no autonomy. Those things are okay. You don't want the pastor to engage in financial impropriety, moral impropriety, and the likes. They just want a church where, okay, who is this man following? Who is the pastor following? Who does he know? Who knows him? Who can put him in check? So when a parent sees that the church is not the popular, churches, I don't want to mention names now, he said, if it's not this church, you can't really trust this guy. One day can go and do what is not right. So that might be a reason. The third reason would be that some parents don't just want you out of their sight. They just want to always have you around as their handbag or something like that. When you go to church, or when they go to church, they want you to be there, they want you to follow them and just be by them. But there usually will come a stage in a child's life where he has to make decisions on his own. There comes a phase in your life where being with your parents is no longer a blessing, but it now becomes a curse. How do I mean? It begins to limit your progress. You become 24, 25, you're still under your parents' roof. I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. Number 4 is that, this is something I found true also from my years of pastoring. Some parents have a reputation they are trying to protect. And how do I mean? Imagine a pastor in a church. You're a pastor in a church, you're an elder in a church, and your son does not want to attend that church. How would you feel? They hold me, a pastor. Why would my son be attending that church? Those kinds of, they have a reputation they want to protect. By the time the pastor is leading the church and is leading other youth and leading other people, and his own child is not part of them. So some parents just want to keep you in the church because their own good name has to be protected. Their own position is going to be threatened if their child says, I'm going to another church. Over the years, I've had 1 or 2 people, the children of founders of churches, and they don't want to attend their father's church. Can you imagine that? The father wanted the church, but the child doesn't want to be a part of it. Maybe because the child has found light or something like that. And I usually advise those people, I tell them, go back to the parents' church, serve with your parents. If you get to a point one day that maybe marriage or something can take you out of them, then that's fine. But usually parents have a reputation to protect, and it may be a shame if the parents or if the child doesn't attend the church that the parents attend. So that might be another reason. Let me give you one more reason. Some parents actually do genuinely care about the growth of the child. So they are quite concerned. So where he's going now, are they going to feed him God's word? Will they teach her the truth of God's word? Will she will not go astray? They actually genuinely care. So they just feel like, okay, so that I won't have these concerns, the best place to be is in my church. We all usually have this feeling that our church is the best church. Parents usually have that feeling too, that every other church is inferior to their church. So they feel the church is the best church. So we just want to know if this child is attending the right place. I remember sometime ago, about 2 years ago, we had a member join us, and then the father of the member actually came to our church to attend the service. So because the child had said, I want to attend this church, the father had to come attend the service just to confirm that where the son is going to is the right place. So you can actually not blame the parents if they want genuine care and spiritual growth for their children. So now, let me give you a few solutions, which I probably think you've been waiting for. How do I navigate through this phase? What do I do if I want my parents to approve of the church I attend? First is, I think you should bear fruits. Bear the right fruits. Bear the right fruits. By the time you keep attending the church, and your parents keep seeing changes in you, at some point they will have to let their guard down and just say, okay, I'm going to allow you attend. I remember us that in their family, I think they didn't pray in tongues a lot. And she went back home. She was really, her prayer life was stronger. She was praying a lot more in tongues. She was really, they could tell that there was a change in her life, in her conduct, in her spiritual life. Sometimes some people attend churches and it doesn't reflect in their lives. Friends, they want insulting the pastor and says, that what they're teaching in the church. So if you are at home, you're at that stage where the parents are putting the church. My brother and sister, it's time to be at your best behavior. So if you can bear the right fruit, it's one of the things that will convince your parents that you are being taught well in that church. Second is that ensure to keep making progress, ensure to keep advancing. I remember too, like I told you, I have so much experience in this regard. I had another member too, who the father been about our church for about 3 years. He didn't really stop her. He went up to other church, she went, she settled, she came back, but her life kept advancing. She kept moving from one piece of life to another. She began to settle down, got a place, got a good job, the NYC. There was never a reason for the parents to doubt, and she was quite, in a distant place compared to where the father was. And the father kept seeing progress. And the father at some point had to actually say, okay, that was after like 3 years. I said, okay, if that's the choice you have made, I agree with your choice. So if you are making progress, you keep making progress, if your life keeps taking the right trajectory, your parents at some point will say, okay, what do we have against him? He's making progress, he's doing well. There is no need to stop it. So you should ensure your life is moving well. The third one is, this one looks like show some power. I mean Holy Ghost power. That means do something that will prove to your parents. Sometimes, just like the children of Israel and in other scenarios where it was the power of God that had to settle the matter. When Elijah defeated the prophets of Baal, it was the power of God that settled the matter. So sometimes you just, someone is going through something. Let me give you an example. A member of ours one time, the father didn't approve of our attending at church to another member. I can give you multiple examples of this. The father didn't approve, and she couldn't even use the church as a DP, and then I got to know about it, and I said, just be calm. So she told me that the dad began to watch our YouTube videos and services, and one day, one of the days, we were having Mighty Miracles conference about 2 years ago, and the dad got healed while following online. In fact, I think he followed the service after the service, and that means the service wasn't even live when he was watching, and the father got healed of high blood pressure, and the father testified, and that was the game changer. And from then, the father approved of the church. In fact, a few months later, less than 10 months later, I actually had the privilege of joining that lady to her husband at their wedding, and that meant the father approved of the church. They just approved that I could join, them. If I remember then, the father would call me my vanguard, somebody that never really wanted to enter the church would now call me that. So if you bring the power of God in, sometimes they are going to a situation, you give a word in the church, and then you tell them, Pastor, give a word, I said, this will be done. And actually it was done. It's a way to say, okay, my resistance is broken. I would, succumb to your request. Another one, the fourth one, is distance yourself a little bit for a season. Now, when you are fighting that battle in both, you should distance yourself a little bit. Don't be too close. Don't always be calling. If you are not at home, especially, don't always be calling the road and say, I just want to check on you. Let's see if you are fine in between. Every time you call, they'll ask you, so what's the church now? So have you answered me? Have you followed my instruction? So distance yourself, just checking when you have to check in. Don't do too much of checking in. So that pressure of always asking every day. When the pressure is, you can always do what you like. Another one, which another member of mine went to, share determination. When I mean share determination, conviction. That means you know God has sent you to the church to attend, and you believe strongly in it. I've had times where I had a member that was really, really strong on what she wanted to do, and she stayed with it. So many battles all around, but eventually she came to me. Now, she wasn't disobedient, she wasn't rude, she just said, okay, I want you to believe that this is the best choice, and I've made this choice. So you can actually be very determined based on your conviction to join a church, and you stay with it. And I would like to add, in final note, that if you are a female, another way out is that you persevere till you get to the age of the time of marriage. Maybe your parents want to attend the church, or your spouse is in the church. Just manage with them. the moment you are married as a female, your parents don't have the power, you don't have power over the church you attend anymore. So they can actually, they have to let go, they have to allow you. So you can just wait till you are free from them, and that's when you can actually be free indeed. Alright, so that's what I have to share with you. Now, generally, we at this stage, like I told you, disagreement stage, we handle different pressures in dealing with our parents. And like I said, I wrote a book some years ago, Salome, Handling Parental Pressures in the Christian Walk. You can lay your hands on that book on www.christosin.com. You can read the book to give you practical wisdom, you know, to choosing your life partner and all of that will guide you. So I believe you learn so much from this. I would like that you share your experience, that kind of experience, that share in the comment box. You can let us know how you also went through that phase and how you overcame that phase. And if you're still in that phase, I want to encourage you. You can use some of these tips I just gave you, and they will really help you soften the tension and come out victorious eventually. So like, come your way the next time. Thank you so much. I'm Pastor Christos. Bye for now.